Should You Melt This video. It's been about 3 weeks since the last Should You Melt This video recorded, or it could be exactly 3 weeks. So I have quite a bit of empties here, plus I do want to share some non-empties. I'm trying to do that more often, although I know that's going to make this a really long video, but I am going to try to go through everything pretty quickly. I do have a wide variety of vendors here. So most vendors I've only maybe melted a couple of scents. Some I have melted a bit more, but I do like to have a good variety of vendors in my melting basket and melting throughout the week. So let me go ahead and jump in then. So first I'm going to start with K's. I melted 1 clam and 2 samples. The first sample here is Haunted House Season, which is apple clove butter, fallen leaves, and pumpkin pecan waffles. I really do love this blend. It was a sample. I cut it in half and melted it in my office, in my 2 office warmers. This was like a little pumpkin or jack-o'-lantern shape, so it was a good size to be able to cut in half and put in 2 different warmers. I really love this scent. It's not heavy on the pumpkin pecan waffles, which is what I like about it, because I can enjoy pumpkin pecan waffles in a blend, but it's not like my favorite. I don't want it to overpower the other scent notes. So the apple clove butter and the fallen leaves really stood out in this one, and it performed well. So I really did like that. I would love to like pick up a clam or 2 in that scent. I'll probably wait until next fall because I'm now kind of melting more Christmas and winter scents, and so I probably wouldn't reach for this. Although I still melt fall scents kind of through winter, I have plenty to grab from and melt. So, but that's definitely one I would purchase. I also had a sample in Frosted Juniper. I don't have the scent notes, but this was very much kind of almost like a cologne-y, fresh tree scent. It leaned a little bit cologne-y, but it was very pretty. It's not kind of like a sweet balsam or a sweet pine. It was definitely more of kind of like maybe a eucalyptus tree type scent. So it was really nice. I put it in my laundry room, but it is quite strong. This one was like really strong. I think I had 2 little tree shapes, and I melted it 2 different times in my laundry room. Great performer. It came out of the laundry room. But as far as like melting this on its own, I don't think I would do this on its own. I think this is one I'd be more inclined to do in a blend. And then I finished this clam of We Three Kings. This is Marshmallow Fireside, Blue Sugar, and Palo Santo. Love this one. I've melted 1 or 2 clams before this. It's just such a fantastic blend of those 3 scents. And the Palo Santo does not take over this blend. It's really, really nice. It's masculine, but it's like warm and comforting. I really do love this. I think I have another clam in this, or I may have a K-Cuts. Maybe I just have another clam, I don't remember, but this would definitely always be a repurchase for me. Let's see, from the Pharmacist's Daughter. Sorry, it took me a second to think. I finished this souffle in pumpkin loaf. This is pumpkin chai, funnel cake, and zucchini bread. This is really good, just a yummy, little bit spicy kind of bakery scent. I think I had maybe 3/4 of the souffle left. And I just chopped it up and filled up my warmers in my open concept, plus in my office. Really strong, great performer. I haven't purchased from the Pharmacist's Daughter in a while. I don't think I've made a purchase in 2023. I think the last purchase was probably late last year. We'll see if I decide I want to buy from them again. I don't know. I do get pretty good performance from their wax though. I also had this sample. This was from November last year in Snow Covered Trees. I don't have the scent notes for this one, but this is definitely like similar to the Frosted Juniper from K's. This is like a fresh kind of eucalyptus-y type tree scent. And it's very good. I think I cut this in half and melted it 2 different times. Great performer, but definitely leaning towards kind of like a clean, fresh type tree versus like a sweet, comforting tree scent. But it was good. It was a good performer. From Swanky, I finished this, I was going to call it a clamshell. It is not a clamshell. It's Scent Shot and Fall Nights. I don't have the scent notes for this one, but it was such a pretty scent. I'm going to have to look up the scent notes and put them down here because I don't smell it really strong in this. But it kind of had a little bit, almost like a little bit of a bakery, but also like a little bit of kind of like an outdoorsy type scent. It was like really, really pretty. I think I melted this, or sorry, chopped this into 4 pieces and put it in my 2-bedroom warmers, my bathroom, and my laundry room, and I did really enjoy that one. That's one I would keep an eye out for, not to maybe get in like a loaf size, but in like her rose shape or a souffle or something like that. That was a nice one for next year, not anytime soon. I melted this sample of iced blueberry biscotti. This was really good. I don't, again, have the scent notes, but I think it's pretty straightforward that it's like a blueberry with that iced biscotti. And biscotti is usually tends to, I think, have like an almond note, like it has almond extract in it. Yeah, so this had a little bit of that kind of, it was like a sweet icing with like a sweet blueberry and then a little bit of that like almond bakery. All I'm really getting is the blueberry right now. Oh, sorry. No, it is blueberry. Okay, yeah, blueberry. I thought it said blackberry for a second there. So it was really good. This is another one I would look for maybe in like a souffle or something. It was nice and strong, great performer, and I do love blueberry scents. I melted this Winter Soiree Peppermint. This was good, but this definitely leaned a lot more towards fresh. I don't think the peppermint was real strong in here. It was like a snowflake shape, and I cut it into 3 pieces and put it in my 2-bedroom and my 1-bathroom warmer. I think I enjoy her Winter Soiree and Palo Santo blend better. What was that one called? I think I just talked about it in my last Should You Melt This? And I enjoyed that one a lot better. This one just leans very heavy, kind of fresh. And it's nice, but I think I really enjoyed the warmth that the Palo Santo added to the Winter Soiree blend. So this was good, performed well, but I think I prefer that other blend. I melted this Cranberry Compote. This was basically just kind of like a tart, somewhat juicy cranberry, but I'm finding that those like tart cranberries, I don't really care for like a ton. I feel like they just come off too artificial, too somewhat like plasticky. Like I can even smell it in here. And I think it's just like an artificial cranberry. Like it kind of reminds me of like, and not to knock Better Homes and Gardens, because I know they have, they make good wax, but just that like kind of very artificial, plasticky cranberry. That's what this smells like. So not a favorite of mine. I think when it first hits the warmers, it's decent, but as it continues to melt and some of the fragrance kind of burns off, it just really starts to kind of take on that very artificial note. So just not a repurchase for me. I have then apple cider. This was a few shapes. I can't remember what the shapes were now, or where I melted this. Yeah, this is just like a nice apple cider scent. It's not a very spicy one. It's more of kind of like a fresh cider, but it was very good. I enjoyed this. I think cider scents I prefer in blends rather than just on their own. It was a good performer, but not necessarily something I'd want to get on its own. Then I had a rose shape and pumpkin ginger apple. A lot of these are just coming from a fall/winter samplers I got from her last year. Yeah, and this definitely leans more towards kind of like a fresh fall type apple. I'm not really getting a lot of notes. It reminds me, even though cider is not in the name, it definitely reminded me still of kind of like just another cider type scent. So it was good. It performed well, but I think just like not necessarily a repurchase for me. I think in particular, my nose really just enjoys having like bakery notes blended in with the stuff that I'm melting. Okay, so from Glitterati, I finished a few chunks and a couple scent shots. So this first scent shot here is Vanilla Snowflake North Pole. I cut this in 3 pieces and melted it in my 2-bedroom, my bathroom warmer. I love this one. It's so good. Yeah, just like that Vanilla Snowflake gives you that kind of like wintry, outdoorsy, kind of little bit of sweetness. And then North Pole, I think is like a vanilla peppermint. So it's like minty, a little bit of like a fresh air note, and like a sweet vanilla. So good. Her North Pole is really good. I think that her North Pole is the same as Sassy Girl Aromas at the North Pole. I believe it's probably just a single scent oil. And then this other scent shot is Palo Santo, Pumpkin Souffle, and Fireside. Oh my gosh, I love this one. It was so good. The Fireside definitely came out near the end. I cut this in 3 pieces. put it in my bedroom and bathroom. It was a great blend of all three of those. The Palo pumpkin souffle is just like a very rich, decadent, slightly spicy, like pumpkin bakery. But then as it lasted like all day. As it kind of got near the end of its like warming, like near the end of the day, the fireside really is what kind of lingered at the end. But yeah, this was a fantastic, fantastic blend. This was from January of 2023. Yeah, both of these were from January 2023. So both of these are scents that I would get again. I really did enjoy them. Actually, this Vanilla Snowflake North Pole, I have a chunk in. So she's going to pre-orders. She announced, Glitterati announced in her group, she is going to do her first pre-order on January 10th. And she's going to start asking for scent requests. Did she say the 19th of this month, I think maybe? So I'm super excited to see what she's going to offer. I'm for sure going to order from her first pre-order. Okay, so the chunks I melted, this first one is in Gourd Grief. This is pumpkin cupcake, sugared pumpkin donuts, and a hint of gingerbread. This I melted in my open concept. I just cut the whole thing up, and I think I melted it throughout the 5 warmers in my open concept and then the 2 in my office, because my office is right off of kind of the entrance, the entryway. So sometimes I'll do a different scent in my office, and sometimes I'll just do the same scent as what I'm doing in the main area. And it was so good. I don't really smell this in the bag anymore. Yeah, I'm not smelling it much in the bag, but this was just such a good kind of fall spice bakery. That gingerbread does give it like a little bit more spice. You got the pumpkin donut, which is a little bit of that fried kind of dough scent. Yeah, this was just like really good bakery, kind of fall bakery blend. I would definitely get this again next fall. I finished, let's see, this other one is Costume Contest. This is cinnamon sugared yeast rolls, sweet potato brown sugar, apple pumpkin butter. This was really good as well. This one definitely had a good amount of that like sweet potato coming out in it. And then the apple pumpkin butter, I feel like I've seen that from another vendor. Just gave it like this nice, rich, gosh, how can I, like just kind of a decadent richness to it. Yeah, and it's like apple, but it's not like a fresh Mac apple. It was just really good. It was like a fall, kind of like a baked apple that gets pureed, and then with some like butter mixed in, but not like popcorn butter. I don't know. It was a really good scent, very fall-ish, and very strong. I really did enjoy that one. Then the last one from Glitterati, this is Cafe Mocha, Blueberry Cobbler, and Cake Batter. This one, I'm trying to remember. Yeah, this was one I think I got in a mystery bag or mystery box. The Cafe Mocha I actually kind of enjoyed. It definitely had a little, like a hint of a coffee note, but not a lot. It seemed to lean a little bit more chocolatey from the mocha. Then I got that blueberry cobbler. The cake batter, I don't think I was noticing it. This seemed more like a bakery blueberry with a little bit of like a chocolate coffee, like that mocha type scent. So it was good, maybe not a favorite, but I enjoyed it while it was melting. Okay, so then I have, let's see, Desas. I have quite a bit from Desas. I have chestnuts roasting on an open fire was a sample that I melted. I put this in one of the warmers in my office along with another scent, and I can't remember what the other scent was. Maybe when I see it, I'll remember. No, because I kind of sorted everything already. But this kind of just helped add like a nice bakery to whatever that other scent was. It was good. I have one of her big bars in this as well, and the chestnuts roasting on an open fire, it's good. I had one little shape left from the advent calendar she did last year in Old St. Nick. This is Christmas Trees, Mrs. Claus Sugar Cookies, and Palo Santo. This one was really good. I feel like I got more of the Christmas tree than anything else in this one. It was like her Christmas trees and then a little bit of that like bakery and a little bit of that Palo. Her Christmas tree oils are very, very strong. Yeah, you get, like, I can still smell a little bit of the palo and the cookie when I smell this on cold, but on warm, I think the Christmas tree really did, at least in this particular shape from the Advent that she did, seem to overpower those two notes. I finished one of the, does she call them, a breakaway bar? I never remember what all the different vendors call them, but this is in La Patisserie, which is a house blend of pastry dough, caramelized sugar, buttercream, and cinnamon sugar. This is one of my favorite like bakery scents from her. It is just like a really delicious, slightly cinnamon bakery scent. Like there is cinnamon in it, but it is a kind of soft bakery cinnamon. It's not an overpowering spicy cinnamon at all. So good. I think I only had like a few pieces left, like a few little squares left in this. Either 2 or 3 squares, and I either melted it in my bedroom or my office. I can't remember now exactly where I put it, but really do enjoy this. I love this on its own, and I also really do enjoy it in blends. I finished this other, whatever she calls these, the other bar. This is in Catching Snowflakes. I did just talk about this one recently. Oh my gosh, this is a favorite of mine. This is balsam, cinnamon and clove, cedarwood, sweet vanilla cream frosting. This reminds me of, I mean, it's a beautiful tree scent, but it's like a little bit of sweetness, I think, from that, well, that sweet vanilla cream frosting, but it doesn't smell like a frosting. It literally just smells like a slightly sweetened tree note, and it has like a Christmas tree note, and it has like a depth to it. What it reminds me of too, and you know, one of the scents I've been obsessing over lately is Dance of the Sugar Plum Fairies, and I talked about this last time I melted it, that it reminds me of the woody notes in Dance of the Sugar Plum Fairies, but without the like plum and fruity notes. It just reminds me of the sweet tree notes, and I absolutely love this one. Unfortunately, I don't have more in my collection, nor do I have any coming to me because she didn't have it on her last pre-order, but this is definitely one I will request for next year. Absolutely love it. It was probably like a solid 7 out of 10, so it was present, but it wasn't overpowering. Sometimes tree notes can be like really overpowering. This was just a beautiful, sweet, comforting Christmas tree scent. It was so beautiful. Love it. Absolutely love it. If you haven't tried that from Desas, you definitely need to try it next time she offers it. Then I finished one of her big bars in Baking Me Crazy. This is fresh baked bread, vanilla butter fudge, and zucchini bread. So this is a really nice, just kind of sweet bakery scent. I think I do prefer this in blends, but it performs really well. She has a really good zucchini bread, but with that vanilla butter fudge and that fresh baked bread, this was just like a nice, rich kind of bakery scent. And I think I've melted this a few times over the last several months, and I only had just like one little row of the squares left, and I think I melted it in my office, and it's nice. It's nice and warm and comforting. I think generally I prefer, though, bakery blended with something else, with a spicy note or fruit note or something like that, not just bakery on its own per se. So, but it's a good one. Okay. Let's see, I think I'll do Second and Spruce next. So I finished this scent shot in buttered rum eggnog, and it says add a festive kick to your favorite holiday blends. Sorry, I was trying to read that. So this is basically like a boozy eggnog. Yeah, boozy eggnog. She sent it as a sample, I think, in her pre-order that I got. I don't smell a lot of it. I can smell a little bit of the eggnog, but this was just a beautiful, creamy, spiked eggnog. You definitely got the rum notes in this, but it wasn't too strong of a rum note. It was probably like the most authentic and comforting eggnog scent I've melted from a vendor. So I absolutely will look for more eggnog from Second and Spruce. Absolutely love that one. And it performed well. I cut it into 3 pieces, put it in my 2-bedroom and my bathroom warmers, and just performed well, lasted almost the whole day. I finished one of her bars, one of these kind of tall, skinny bars, breakaway bar, I don't know what it's called, in Thanksgiving Stretchy Pants. This is pumpkin pie, apple pie, sugar cookie, and hints of pecan, caramel, brown sugar, and mallow fluff. So the pecan in here, I don't know if that's pumpkin pecan waffles. I feel like it is, but I think what you get the most of in this is the pumpkin pie and apple pie. You definitely get like spiced notes from the apple pie and the pumpkin pie, but it's like a rich, decadent bakery notes with that apple pie and pumpkin pie. This was like a great performer. I melted this, I think, on like 2 or 3 different occasions, I believe. I can't remember. It was either 2 or 3. One time I might have done it in my open concept, and then maybe the second time in my office, but it was a good performer and definitely something I would look for next fall, probably in like a similar size or like a souffle size. I don't know that she does souffles, but like a souffle or mini loaf. Not something I would need a ton of, but I really did enjoy that. Let's see, I'm trying to do vendors that I have more than one empty of. So the next one here is iHeart Wax. This is gonna be a lengthy video. I was trying to keep it under a half hour, but I don't think that's gonna happen. Maybe I'll do 2 videos, one empties, one non. Yeah, I think that's what I'll do. Okay, so from iHeart Wax, I had this 4-ounce bag of shapes in pumpkin cheesecake bread. And this is sweet creamy pumpkin blended with cheesecake and zucchini bread. I melted this, I think, twice. One time in my open concept. I think what I did is I took, so there was 4 shapes, fall shapes in here. And I cut 2 of them, and I think I cut them in half. I think I took 3 of them, cut 2 of them in half, and then maybe a smaller one I kept it whole. So I melted in like my 5 warmers in my open concept. This was really, really strong, so it performed really well. I liked it, but I wasn't sure about the cheesecake note. It wasn't coming off necessarily sour, but I wasn't like super excited about that cheesecake. But then after it was in the warmers for a while, that cheesecake note kind of died off, and then I just got like the kind of pumpkin and zucchini bread note. So then I ended up enjoying it more after it was in the warmers for a while. But so I don't know that I would get this one again just because of the cheesecake. I wasn't like a huge fan of it, which I kind of know. I knew when I got this, it would have been a little bit of a risk. Every once in a while, I'll get a cheesecake blend that I enjoy, and then sometimes I won't. So it's kind of a risky one for me. But I enjoyed it for what it was, and I got good performance in my open concept. Like most of her wax, I'm getting a 7, 8 out of 10 or higher. So I get great performance from iHeart Wax, which I'm super excited about. I had a sample from her in birthday cake ice cream sandwich bread. This is a house blend that she has. Oh my gosh, this is so good. Like it literally is just birthday cake and an ice cream, like vanilla ice cream. I don't know what the ice cream sandwich blend, I know it's vanilla ice cream, but I can't remember what else is in it. So good. This is just like the most creamy. Like it was basically just like a super, super creamy birthday cake, like super creamy vanilla birthday cake. This was fantastic on its own for being like what it was. I think I cut this into 3 pieces and melted it in my 2 bedroom and bathroom warmers. Performed really, really well. Loved the creaminess of it. I think this is like great on its own, but it's also one that would be fantastic in blends. So, I do have a custom order coming from her. I don't think I got this in any blends in my custom, but it's definitely one I would keep an eye out for in the future. And then I melted this other scent shot from her in pink sugar, vanilla butter fudge, vanilla ice cream. Love this one as well. I do love a good like pink sugar bakery or like a sweetened pink sugar for nighttime melting. It's very comforting and very relaxing. That vanilla ice cream, again, gave it like a nice creamy note, but you got the pink sugar still. This was strong, but not too strong because I melted it in my bedroom. I think my bedroom, bathroom again. And then when I woke up the next day, I could still smell it in my room the next day. So really love this one. I would definitely repurchase this. All right, this video is definitely going to be longer than a half hour, so I am going to cut it off on just doing my empties, and then I'm going to do another video with my non-empties because I just don't want it to be too long, and I've already been talking for a while, and I still have a good number of empties to get through, so I didn't realize how much I had. I mean, I love the fact that I got through a lot, but yeah. So I finished a couple souffles from Desas. I've only ordered once from Desas, and I've really been enjoying her stuff. So she's another one that I'm like, I don't need to, but I kind of am tempted to add her to my list to buy some more from next year because I have really been enjoying her her scents. So this first one here is called Christmas Party. This is Fraser Fir, Eggnog, and Caramelized Pralines. That is definitely, I wouldn't say like super unique, but I don't know that I've seen vendors do a Christmas tree scent along with eggnog. And so I melted this in my open, I think I did in my open concept. Yeah. This was okay. I think, I don't know if it was like the pecan, like or the caramelized pralines. Sorry, not pecans. I mean, well, pralines are pecans, aren't they? Like it was good, but it wasn't my favorite. I think like for me, the caramelized praline is a scent. It kind of can be a little bit cloyingly sweet sometimes. So I think this wasn't a favorite solely just because those three notes just didn't go together for my nose. But I think that's more of like a scent preference. This performed really well. I got exceptional throw. So far, everything I've been melting from her, I get fantastic throw from. I think this just isn't like a scent blend for me, I guess I'll say. You know, which is, that's going to be the case. We can't love everything, right? This next one here is Oogie Boogie Man. This is lavender, waffle cone, and vanilla bean marshmallow. I really did love this one. So this was obviously one that I melted at night. I probably melted it 3 or 4 times at night. This was like, yeah, she has a nice herbal lavender that gets a little bit of sweetness from the waffle cone and the vanilla bean marshmallow, which is exactly what I love. I love herbal lavenders that are sweetened up with like bakery or sweet notes. So enjoyed that one. That would definitely be a repurchase. From Candles from the Keeping Room, I finished a couple bags. So this first one here is Dance of the Sugar Plum Fairy. I know I just talked about this one recently when it was a non-empty, but I did finish this now. I had only like 2 little pieces left. Love it. It's absolutely a favorite scent of mine. If you've watched any of my videos over the last month or so, you know that I'm like obsessed with this scent right now, but absolutely love it. Great performer. So I have one more bag from her, and then I do now have this scent from other vendors, which I'm super excited about since she is now officially closed. She is doing like email orders, and she's going to do some more next year, and then she said she's going to do giveaways. So there's still some opportunity to get some wax from her. If I can get an email order in from the Candles from the Keeping Room next year, I will, but I'm not going to stress about it because I have so much wax from her. Okay, this other one that I finished, Eggnog Zucchini, fantastic. I love Candles from the Keeping Room zucchini bread. She has a fantastic zucchini bread. It's sweet and creamy. There is, I wouldn't call it spicy, but it definitely has that like the baked note of the zucchini bread, and then with the sweet creamy eggnog, and it had a little bit of like the eggnog spices. This was fantastic, exceptional performer. Absolutely loved it. I may have more of this in my collection. I don't know, because I gravitate towards certain blends from her, and so every time I'd order like sometimes I'd get bags that I forgot I already had. So, but that's okay because I love it. From the Bathing Garden, I finished this I was gonna call it a scent shot now, a clamshell in Ginger Snap Pumpkin Swirl. So this one, I don't know if I put it in and then just didn't spend enough time in my living room, but I put it throughout my open concept and I don't remember it. So either it was a light throw, or I just, because I the last few weeks, part of the reason why I haven't filmed is I've just been so busy with work and extremely busy taking care of a family member who's going through some health stuff. And I've have been so exhausted. So my free time has been trying to catch up on sleep, trying to do grocery shopping, trying to do laundry, trying to clean the house, like just do the like absolute necessities. So one, I haven't melted as much as I normally would, even though it seems like I have a ton of empties. But 2, I haven't, sometimes with work, I was working late into the night to try to make up for some of the hours I was missing during the day. Technically, I'm on FMLA, so it's okay for me to work less than full time right now, and I get paid for it. But I just had client deadlines and stuff I had to get done for clients. So I was trying to keep up on certain things, and so I was working late into the night some nights. So this could be one that I put in and then just was in my office and never went back out to the living room to smell it. So I don't want to judge it based on that, because on cold it smelled good. I just don't remember what it smelled like on warm, unfortunately. So that might be one I decide to pick up again in the future and give it another shot. I got through a ton of samples. Now I will say a lot of these I may not know how they did, because I think most of these I melted in my laundry room, and my laundry room is definitely one of those areas that sometimes I'll smell like I'll remember, because I'll like actively smell it, and sometimes I won't. So one that I do remember smelling, it was pumpkin spice everything latte, and this is caramel dolce latte, blends with pumpkin spice, mocha, coconut milk, brown sugar, and cinnamon bark. And I remember this one because I melted it at the same time. This was in my laundry room when I was melting this one in my bedroom. And this is Elfia, which is Christmas eggnog, snickerdoodle cookies, and gooey marshmallows. And I put this in, and I was sitting on my bed, and I was like, why does it smell like coffee? Like, why? Like, there are no coffee notes in this. Why does this smell like coffee? That's so weird, you know? And I was even thinking, oh, when I do my video, I'll have to ask, like, has anyone melted this? Did it smell like coffee? Then I remembered I had put this in my laundry room. So this one was so strong, it was coming out of my laundry room and into my bedroom, across my room, because what you see behind me for my bedroom, this is like half of my bedroom. My bedroom has the same amount of space in front of me. It's like it's the primary bedroom of the house, so it's like a big room. It like was taking over the scent. So this was really strong, and I actually, for a coffee scent, I did not hate it. You guys know I'm not a huge fan of coffee, but this smelled really good. It was a nice kind of bakery coffee, and it wasn't like bitter or skunky, so I enjoyed that one. I'll talk more about the Elfia when I do my melted mousse. All right, the next one, actually technically this is not a sample from the Bathing Garden. This is Frosted Strawberries. This is one I purchased in February 2022, because sometimes she will have different shaped wax available for purchase when she does her restocks or her openings. So this is one I got last year. It had two kind of big strawberry shapes on it. Frosted Strawberries, I don't remember the scent. I don't have the scent notes on here, but it's kind of like a bakery strawberry, like a bakery strawberry with maybe like icing or something on it. Maybe that's where the frosted part comes from. Really good. It's different than just a plain strawberry, but I did really enjoy this one. I'll have to look up the scent notes as well. I don't really smell it much in the bag anymore, but I'll put it here. So I had melted one of these a long time ago, and I had one more strawberry left that I cut up and melted in my office. Really good. Really enjoyed it. Nice and strong throw on it, at least in my office. Then, yeah, so, Mysteries of the Pumpkin. I think that's the sample that I melted along with the Desas sample of chestnuts roasting on an open fire. So I think this was like kind of like a little bit of a spicy kind of type pumpkin blend. Yeah, I don't really smell much in the bag anymore. So I had this kind of spicy bakery pumpkin, and then her chestnuts roasting on an open fire in the two warmers in my office. It smelled really good. So I melted this Wolf Moon, I think in the laundry room. This is dated October 23. So I just got this one. Yeah, it's kind of like a fresh scent, but I don't remember if I remember smelling it in the laundry room, either because it was lighter or because I didn't go into or by the laundry room after putting it in. Then I melted a sample of Headless Horseman. This is sweet pumpkin spiced with nutmeg, marzipan, ginger, clove, and brown sugar, blended with old-fashioned ginger snap. This was a bit of a larger, I think it was like a jack-o'-lantern shape that I cut in half and melted in my office. Did I do it in my office or do it in my bedroom here? It was a yummy, spicy pumpkin scent. I just can't remember where I melted it. I think I have a clam in this one as well. It is on the spicy side for sure, but I did enjoy it. I have a sample here of St. Nicholas Drive. I believe this was a tree scent. It was like in a snowflake, and I think I like broke it in half and melted it. Yeah, it's definitely a tree scent. And maybe with some peppermint, kind of like a Santa Claus type scent, right? Like tree with like minty outdoorsy. And I think I melted this in the laundry room a couple different times, so I broke it in half. And it was a nice scent, not like super strong, but it did make the laundry room smell kind of nice, fresh, minty, a little bit minty, if there was mint in this. I think there was, as well as like that tree scent. Yeah, a lot of bathing garden samples. So I also melted this one in Rockefeller Lights. I definitely know this is a tree scent. Let me sniff it again. I think so. Yeah, I just don't remember where I melted this one. Was it a tree scent? It smells almost like a little bit of a spicy, like a spiced apple or something in the bag. Now, I'm not sure if I remember where I melted it, or what the scent notes are on this one. So then I have this sample in Salted Cotton Blossom. And this is Saltwater and Grapefruit blend with cotton blossoms and vanilla pods. I know for sure I would have put this in my laundry room. Just whether or not I remember what it smelled like. Yeah, I think it kind of had a little bit of like a laundry scent with those like cotton blossoms. I don't remember getting the saltwater or the grapefruit in this. So if I can remember. So that's the problem with going 3 weeks is sometimes I forget what stuff smells like. So anyhow, so I did get through quite a bit of the bathing garden as far as like samples anyways. So then going back to melted mousse, I had this scent shot in Elfia, Christmas eggnog, snickerdoodle cookies, and gooey marshmallows. So this one was on the lighter side. This is from November of 2021. Yeah, and when I melted this, I did put it in my room, but I felt like it got overpowered by that one coffee scent from the bathing garden. And then I think even, I think this just wasn't that strong. Typically snickerdoodle is going to have a little bit of a spice note. I feel like a little bit of cinnamon. Don't snickerdoodle cookies have cinnamon in them? But I don't feel like I was getting much from this. It was a bakery scent, but it was on the lighter side. Then the other scent shot I finished from her, and it's in a bag because I think the lid was cracked. It's Boardwalk Christmas, which is Boardwalk, Marshmallow Clouds, Blue Spruce, and Candy Canes. So I did really like this one. This was like a medium. I do love Boardwalk Marshmallow Clouds. I do find that it like blended with different scents. It smells really good. And this one, you got like a good mix like that. What you call it? Blue Spruce. The Blue Spruce was kind of, it definitely had that like woodsy tree scent, but was a little bit more on the like fresh side of it. And then with that kind of sweet body care type marshmallow from the Boardwalk Marshmallow Clouds. It was good. It's not my favorite tree scent that's in here, but this one performed well. It was like a solid medium. I think again, I put this one in my bedroom bathroom just because these scent shots, I like to be able to just chop them into 3 pieces and finish it up. Let's see, from L3 Waxy Wonders, I do have a few things that I finished. I had this clamshell and cookies under the tree. I believe this is it's like cookie, pine, and maybe mint. Like it's like pine, cookie, and mint or something like that, or peppermint. I put this in my open concept. I'm trying to think, I think I put it in my open concept and then in my laundry room. And this was really strong. The tree note in this, I think, was dominant, but you could still get the cookie scent and a little bit of the minty peppermint. Really, really strong. I don't know that this was like a favorite. I'm not sure if this is supposed to be a dupe for Under the Christmas Tree from Bath & Body Works, possibly. If it is, I felt like this it might be. I can't remember. I don't know for sure if it's supposed to be or just like a similar type blend, because I'm pretty sure there was a mint in this. Although I'm not sure that I'm smelling it right now. But I think there was. So this was good. Maybe not my favorite tree scent, but it was like a powerhouse. This was like really, really strong. This was from December last year. Okay, the other items from L3. I finished this sample in Hippogriff. I don't remember what that is. Hippogriff, yeah. What? I'm trying to remember where I melted this. Yeah, I don't remember. I might have put this in my office, but I'm not remembering now what it was, and I don't really smell anything in the bag. Okay, I finished. This was 2 bunts in coconut milk and sweet lavender. I just melted this slowly over the last few months as a nighttime melt. So this has been sitting in my nighttime melting basket that I use. This is really good. Like, it's just a nice kind of herbal, well, it says sweet lavender, but a lot of times sweet lavenders are actually herbally. Yeah, and I feel like this was definitely like leaning more towards an herbal lavender. And then the coconut milk would just add a little bit of like a creamy sweetness to it. So I really did enjoy that one. And then I got this Wicked Vanilla Woods Bath & Body Works type, which is walking through a haunted forest on a sweet, spooky night, magical vanilla, glowing amberwood, and enchanted pink pepper. This was a beautiful scent. Beautiful, beautiful. This was like 2 of her fluted tarts. And this was just, it is one of the most beautiful vanilla scents I've ever smelled. It's not an overpowering scent. When I think, I'm trying to remember, it's been a while since I melted this. So I'm trying to remember if I put it in my open concept. I think I might have put it in my open concept because it was 2 fluted tarts. So I think I cut 1 piece in half and then the other piece in half and then 1/2 of that in half. So I had 1, 2, 3, so I had 5 pieces. I think that's what I did. It filled the space and you could smell it, but it was kind of soft. It was, but it was like body care, but not body care. It's just a very sensual, dark, pretty vanilla. It smells so good even in here. I definitely would love to get more of this. So, so pretty, like just on its own. I don't know, there's something that reminds me, and I don't know if it's because the scent description talks about walking through a haunted forest, but it reminds me of like a scent you would smell like in the evening being outside. I don't know, it's just, but it's not outdoorsy. It just has this like, you know, dark evening vanilla type scent. I don't know how I'll describe it, but it was beautiful. Loved it, would definitely get that again. Okay, so now to all the vendors that I emptied just 1 item of. From Southbound, I melted this sample in Let's Get Baked. This is oatmeal cookies and Fireside. I love this one. It smelled delicious. I feel like it was more bakery than Fireside, which I'm okay with. I like a little bit of Fireside, but I don't like stuff too smoky. This was so good. It was nice and strong. I had melted this in my office and really enjoyed it. I think I would definitely look for getting maybe like a bag or a souffle from her in that. From Lavender and Speckles, I melted this sample in Summer Scoop. This smells different than like the Summer Scoop by Yankee. It almost is a little bit fresher, like a little bit more tart or fresh. It smelled good, but this wasn't it smelled different than the Summer Scoop I've gotten from other vendors. So I did enjoy it. It performed well. I think I put it in my laundry room because it leaned more towards like a fresh strawberry versus kind of that sweet ice cream strawberry. So it performed well and I enjoyed it, just not what I'm used to for a Summer Scoop type. I finished a loaf in Professor Kenzie from Ebony Violet. Ebony Violet is closed now, was my understanding the last time I checked. She's closed. I ordered from her maybe 2 times or so, so I have some stuff from her I'm still trying to work my way through. I do think I'm finding that as her stuff is aging, it is getting lighter, so I definitely need to make sure I'm melting her stuff. I don't think I have too much more left, but I do think I maybe have 2 or 3 loaves, like partial loaves, and then I think I finished all her brittle bars, and then I maybe have a couple souffles, a couple scent shots, so not a lot. But Professor Kenzie, she does not give the scent notes for. She just says it's named after my oldest son and blended with him in mind, quirky, mysterious, and oddly beautiful, just like him. It is a beautiful scent. It definitely leans a little bit masculine. Like, I feel like there has to be blue sugar or Palo Santo or something in there like that. Because it has a little bit of like a sweetness to it. Maybe there's a cashmere. I don't know, it's blended really well that I can't necessarily tell like what it is. Maybe it's like a cashmere cedar or something. But it definitely leans a little bit masculine. but it's really, really nice. Not really strong anymore. I think when I first got this was quite strong. It's from February 2022. Her wax is quite soft, and I just think like the power of it kind of starts to die out after about a year. But I only had a little bit left in this, so I actually chopped it up and melted it, I think yesterday, just to finish it off. So I liked it, but she's closed now, so she's not obviously anyone I'll be ordering from. From Rainbow Melts, I melted this, I think it was like a little gingerbread shape in Red Nose. This is Tart Cranberries and Glowing Ginger Ale. This one performed well, but I did not like the scent. I don't know if it was the tart cranberries. I like mentioned that I'm not like a big fan of really tart cranberry scents anymore, or generally. But this smelled medicinal. Something about this smelled like medicine to me. And the Glowing Ginger Ale did not smell effervescent. So I'm not sure if it's the cranberry or the ginger ale or the combination of the two that made it smell like medicine, but I had it in for a little bit and then I ended up having to dump it out because I just was not enjoying this one, unfortunately. And then I finished a chunk bag from Teddy Bees. This is from October 2021. It's in Simply Christmas. This is the smell of Christmas furs with the slightest hint of candy canes. Now I will say when it says slightest hint of candy cane, it is not slight. It definitely had a pretty strong candy cane scent in it, but it was good. It was definitely like tree and candy cane. It was probably a solid 8 out of 10, I would say. I've melted it slowly. Like I think I melted some probably last year, and then I think I've melted some, I finished it off this year. It was a great scent. What does it say Fraser fir, or what does it say? Christmas firs. This is Christmas firs. Definitely that tree note in here is more of a fresh outdoorsy tree versus again like that sweet balsam or that sweet pine. But it's nice. I almost feel like this blend though could benefit from something adding a little bit of sweetness to it versus just the candy cane and that very fresh tree. However, if you like that more kind of almost like a little bit nose clearing, very fresh scent, that's what this is. And it performed really well. But I do find give your Teddy Bees a good amount of cure time, and I feel like you get really good performance, just like any other vendor. Any other good vendor, I should say. So anyhow, that's all my empties. I know this was a long video. I did get through quite a lot, so thank you all so much for watching. If you have any favorites from anything that I've melted, you know, definitely let me know. And yeah, definitely gonna try and do these more frequently, but I've really been enjoying kind of melting through a lot of my different Christmas scents. So thank you all so much for watching. I'll talk to you soon.